Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking into something really fascinating, maybe deeply unsettling too. You send us this collection of first-person accounts, and these aren't just ghost stories, they're encounters with things that are just truly bizarre, terrifying sometimes, utterly inexplicable. Yeah, the sources are all sorts of things, online posts, video transcripts people shared, and they're all personal experiences, horror stories basically, but ones people claim actually happened. We're talking strange creatures in people's homes, some really dark stuff about human nature, even reality kind of glitching out. These really challenge what you think is possible. Okay, so let's unpack this. The plan is to dive into these stories, pull out the really compelling bits, and maybe see if there are patterns, what it means when people come face to face with something they just can't explain. We're hunting for those insights right at the edge of what we understand. Right. Let's start where we feel safest, or maybe where we think we feel safest, our homes. Because when something inexplicable happens there, well, that's extra unsettling, isn't it?
Definitely. Your sanctuary is violated.
Exactly. So first up, this story some listeners called the closet monster. It starts with a childhood memory right after turning 6. This person wakes up, sees their closet door creaking open, and then a hand described as black and rotting reaches out, wraps around the door frame, pushes it open more.
Just awful for a child to see.
Terrifying. They screamed, parents rushed in, the hand was gone, of course. But here's the thing. Above the doorknob, there was this strange dirt-like substance.
Physical evidence?
Seems like it. And it wasn't just that one time. It led to almost a year of nightmares, sleep paralysis, even seeing things while wide awake. The family tried everything, psychologists, even a priest. Nothing really worked. It just eventually stopped.
Yeah, nearly a year.
But that's not the end of it, is it?
Not even close. This is the really wild part. 20 years later. 20. That same dirt-like substance reappears. Same spot above the doorknob.
Wow, after 2 decades. Yep. And just 2 nights after finding the dirt, they wake up again. Closet door opening. And this time, they see 2 deep red eyes just floating near the top of the closet. They even said they could hear banging on the inside of the door while they were piping out the story to share it.
That persistence.
Yeah.
It's deeply disturbing. Childhood fears, sleep paralysis, those are known phenomena. Hallucinations can feel incredibly real. But the physical residue, and reappearing exactly like that 20 years on, that pushes it somewhere else entirely. It makes you ask, is this entity tied to the place, or is it somehow attached to the person?
That's a chilling thought, isn't it? Like, does it follow you, that dirt, almost like a marker or an anchor? Okay, let's shift gears slightly. Still in the home, but a different kind of weirdness, the small bleak creature. This person kept losing things, the remote, glasses, phone. At first, just thought they were forgetful. We've all been there. Annoying, but normal.
Right, but then the items started showing up in really bizarre places, like on the closet floor or buried in the garden.
Buried. Okay, that's not normal forgetfulness. No. Then one day, a huge crash from the kitchen. They run in and just catch a glimpse of something tiny, maybe 6 inches tall, blue. And it looked like it had fluttering wings. It ducked behind a doorway before they got a proper look.
Blue, winged, 6 inches tall. That sounds like something out of folklore.
It does, and it didn't stop there. They were woken up later by something crawling on their face.
Oh no, physical contact. That's a serious escalation.
Yeah. And they started finding these small puddles, maybe an inch across. They seemed to glitter and felt really viscous, like glue or syrup.
That's fascinating. The residue again, but different.
Yeah.
Glittering, viscous. It doesn't sound like a ghost or apparition. It sounds more elemental. Maybe like the imps or sprites from old stories. These beings were often known for mischief, hiding things. But sometimes they could turn nasty. The crawling on the face, that crosses a line from nuisance to something genuinely frightening.
It really shows how an invasion doesn't need to be overtly violent to be terrifying. Just that feeling of something else being there, messing with your stuff, touching you.
Exactly. It undermines your sense of security completely.
Okay, so from inside the house, let's move outside to the wilderness, the open spaces, places where maybe the line between known and unknown is thinner. This next one is rough. It involves an elderly man and Mary the pit bull. He was 92, living alone, pretty isolated, woods all around, nearest store 15 miles away.
Vulnerable situation.
Very.
Yeah.
He started hearing noises at night, like something sharp scraping against the house siding. Then one night, he saw, he thought it looked like a paw, before whatever it was vanished incredibly fast.
Fast moving, okay.
The next night, he's looking out the window and feels this sharp prick on his neck. Looks down, he's bleeding.
It attacked him. Or tried to.
Seems like it. But the worst was the night after. He hears this growling or maybe purring sound from the yard. his dog, Marianelle Pitbull, his therapy dog. She rushes out. She starts snarling, biting at something he can't quite see. And before he can do anything, this thing clamps down on her neck. She just went limp.
Oh, that's awful.
He grabbed a shotgun, fired twice, hit it in the back leg, he thinks. It fled into the woods. But the story gets even weirder.
How so?
The next morning, 2 men show up, very tall, very official looking, said they were from the government.
The government. Out there.
Yeah. And they spoke in these weird, soft, dull voices, almost robotic, he said. They knew his name, Barney, even though he hadn't told them.
That's unnerving.
They warned him, said there would be repercussions if he ever told anyone what happened. One of them just snapped his fingers and said, "Are we clear, Barney?"
A direct threat. And they knew his name.
Later, he saw the local wildlife preserve staff loading a body bag into their van. Never found out what was in it.
So this goes beyond just a strange creature encounter. The creature itself is terrifying, obviously, killing the dog, injuring him. But the immediate follow-up, these officials, it really leans into those cover-up theories, doesn't it? That maybe certain things happen, certain creatures exist, and their agencies actively working to keep it quiet. Their efficiency, the threat. It suggests this wasn't the first time.
Makes you shiver, thinking about what else might be hushed up. Okay, from the woods, let's go underground. Deep underground. The Scangraph Caverns feature. An explorer decides to go off the main path, finds this tunnel. It's unexpectedly cold, really dark.
Never a good sign in a cave story.
Right. He sees something sticking out from behind a rock, a foot, small, dirty, and it moved in a way he said was totally unnatural.
Unnatural movement. Creepy.
Gets closer, the creature. It was pale white, long, lanky limbs, inhumanly long toes with sickly yellow nails. Then he hears a voice, weak, dry. "I need help, please."
Oh, the lure. Classic.
Exactly. He turns the corner to see the whole thing. Long white body, bulbous head, and bright yellow eyes. It just lets out this dry screech. He bolted, obviously. When he got back, told the others. They just blew him off, called him some psycho.
That dismissal is common too, unfortunately. People don't want to believe. But that description, pale, long limbs, big eyes, sounds like adaptations to total darkness. It brings up cryptozoology, sure, but setting deep caves, isolated ecosystems, it's plausible that unknown species could exist down there. And that plea for help turning into a screech, that's pure nightmare fuel. Finding something like that in such a confined space, terrifying.
Absolutely. And there were other brief mentions in the sources too, things found in the wild, like a woman seen in the woods eating a raw rabbit.
Eating it raw.
Yeah, and described as having reptilian eyes and sharp teeth. Then there was an 8-foot-tall, completely black figure seen in a field, left behind this tar-like sludge on someone's car.
Sludge. Another physical trace. Interesting.
And even at sea, a Coast Guard account of a webbed, scaled creature capsizing ships. Apparently, it had a taste for human flesh.
These really paint a picture of a world teeming with things we just don't see or maybe aren't allowed to see.
Definitely. Okay, let's shift focus now. Maybe to the horrors that are, in some ways, even more disturbing. The ones that come from us, from human relationships.
Ah, the human element. Often the scariest.
This one is profoundly tragic. The sleep-talking awake wife, a couple, Christopher and Jessica. They moved for his job, new city, smaller place. There was already tension, partly from a past miscarriage.
Stressful situation. Recipe for problems.
Jessica had always talked in her sleep a bit, but it got worse, much worse. She started screaming at night. Then one night, crying, she says, "I wish you were dead," and then clarifies, "you," meaning him.
Oof. That's chilling to hear from your partner even asleep.
It escalated. She started detailing in her sleep how she'd kill him. Go to the kitchen, get a knife, blood everywhere, saying he ruined her life. Then she started sleepwalking.
Sleepwalking too.
Yes, and asking about their baby, accusing him, "You took my baby from me." He was terrified, but thought it was grief manifesting in sleep.
Understandable assumption.
Until he confronted her about the sleepwalking, and she confessed. "I'm awake. I was never asleep in any of the times you heard me sleep talking."
Oh my God, she was awake the whole time.
The whole time. She said she felt trapped. The grief over the miscarriage had twisted into this deep hatred. She believed their baby was all alone and that they needed to go take care of it. The story, it ended in tragedy.
That's beyond disturbing. It moves from something you might pathologize, extreme grief, sleep disorders, into calculated psychological torture. The level of sustained deception, weaponizing his empathy against him. It's a terrifying look at how trauma and resentment can warp someone so completely. It really makes you question how well we can ever truly know another person, even the one closest to us.
It's a truly heartbreaking and a horrifying story. And there were others in that vein too. Less supernatural maybe, but just as scary. Like the stalker ex-girlfriend. After they broke up, she starts sending him wedding dress magazines. Then keys his car. Okay, bad breakup stuff, right?
Escalating, but sadly not unheard of.
But then she uses a key she apparently kept, lets herself into his house in the middle of the night, and starts making dinner. He wakes up, finds her there, holding a knife.
Whoa. Okay, that's terrifying. Full-on home invasion with intent.
Yeah. And another one, the abusive Grindr partner, starts off controlling, demanding to know who his partner is talking to, then starts watching him all day outside his work.
Classic controlling, possessive behavior, red flags everywhere.
Right. The person being stalked moves, tries to get away, and then finds a note on their new bathroom mirror inside their locked home. Hello!
It's violating. The constant fear that creates. These stories really hammer home that human obsession, control, unresolved pain that can be the deepest horror of all.
Definitely hits close to home in a different way. Okay, for our final segment, let's look at things that just break reality. Experiences that define not just explanation, but our basic understanding of how the world works.
The really mind-bending stuff.
Exactly. First, frozen time in a trigonometry class. This listener is kind of dozing off in class, then suddenly realizes everything stopped. The teacher, mid-sentence, marker to the board. Students, frozen writing. The projector fan, still. The second hand on the wall clock, motionless.
Like time literally paused. For everyone but them.
That's what they describe. They step out into the hallway, totally freaked out, sees another teacher holding a coffee cup, but the cup is just floating, sitting there in the middle of the fucking air, they say.
Silent coffee. Okay, that's beyond weird.
They run to the bathroom, splash water on their face, thinking it has to be a dream, but nope. Go back to the hall, the floating cup and teacher are gone. Go back to the classroom, it's empty. Except for their teacher, now sitting at his desk. And the clock. It says 6 p.m.
6 p.m. How much time passed?
Almost 3 hours. Just vanished in what felt like minutes to them.
Wow. That's not a ghost. That's a glitch. A temporal anomaly. People report lost time sometimes, but a whole scene freezing like that, it's profoundly disorienting. It challenges our most basic assumption that time flows consistently for everyone. What does it even mean to experience something like that? Are you outside of time? Is reality skipping? So many questions.
It's hard to even wrap your head around it. Okay, equally baffling. The well and the returning rock. Someone finds an old well in the woods behind their house. You know, like the creepy ones in movies.
Like The Ring, they said. Yeah, instant creepy vibes.
So they drop a black rock into it. Just curious. They wait. Never hear it splash or hit bottom. To silence.
Deep well or
something else.
Right. So minutes later, they're walking away, look down, and the exact same rock is just sitting there on the ground outside the well.
Wait, the same rock? How could they know?
They said it had a distinctive shape or marking. They were sure it was the same one.
Okay. That's impossible, but go on. So naturally, they try it again. Drop the same rock back in the well, step back, watching the well this time. And they see the rock come soaring down from the sky. Slams onto the ground right in front of the well.
Down from the sky. Not up out of the well?
No, they were clear about that. Never saw it come up. Just appeared way up high and fell down.
That is bizarre. It defies physics in such a specific, almost playful way. Like the space around the well just doesn't follow the rules. You hear about liminal spaces or areas with weird energy. Maybe this well was one of those points where reality is thin or operates differently. The rock didn't just reappear, it was returned via an impossible trajectory.
Makes you wonder what else might happen around that well. And quickly, there were also mentions of a subway ghost. A man screaming on the tracks vanishes in smoke as the train hits, leaving no trace. Baffled the emergency services.
Vanishing acts, another common trope in unexplained phenomena.
And just lost time in general. Someone loading a dishwasher looks up, 3 hours have passed, no memory of it, just feeling tired and confused.
That sudden, inexplicable gap. It's unsettling on a fundamental level.
These final stories, they really push the boundaries, don't they? Suggesting our grasp on reality might be more fragile than we think. Well, that was quite the journey through these accounts. From creatures in our homes and out in the wild to the really dark side of human nature. And then reality itself seeming to bend. It's a stark reminder of the mysteries all around us.
It really is. And these stories, as unsettling as they are, they give us a window into how people react when faced with the truly unknown. The fear, the confusion, but also that drive to tell someone, to try and make sense of it. It forces us to think about perception, about memory. How much is real? How much is interpretation? How much does belief shape the experience when logic just breaks down?
Makes you wonder, doesn't it? What else is out there, just beneath the surface of everyday life, waiting for its moment? A huge thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We really hope it sparked some thoughts, maybe gave you a few things to mull over. And hey, if you found this interesting or suitably creepy, do us a favor, hit that like button, share it with someone else who likes this stuff, and maybe subscribe to the channel, Horror Docx, for more deep dives into the unsettling and unexplained. We'll see you next time.